Welcome back to the channel, it's Andy. We're back with Horizon Forbidden West. Last time we made our way to Thebes and we found Ted Farrow's tomb with the help of Alva, CO and the rest of the Quen. Also, look at this. This is amazing. I'll talk about this in just a second. So yes, we found Ted Farrow's tomb and we managed to get Omega clearance. So we now can go after Hephaestus. Next thing we've got to do is go back to the base and prepare for the trip to the GEMINI cauldron. That's what we're going to be doing today. What we did find is that Ted Farrow was still alive 1,000 years later. There was a doctor that was kind of dealing with these mutations because he was obviously, you know, keeping himself alive for all this time. But when the doctor passed away, the mutation spiraled out of control, and so I thought that Ted at one point was like a brain in a jar, but he's just an absolute mess of like flesh and stuff now. That's what he was. His mutations had completely gone out of control, and he was just a blob of flesh essentially. So we ended up destroying the facility, not deliberately. CO ordered us, ordered the destruction of Ted, and the whole facility went after us as well. CO got crushed by irony. We managed to escape. Alva is now heading back to the base, so I think we'll see her shortly. And we are now ready to go after Hephaestus. I did some stuff off camera. I've done some side quests, including getting the song machines, whatever they were called. Let me try and find what the thing was called. What Zoe wanted us to do. But I don't remember what the thing was called. Was it this one? No. We had to find... was it the second verse? That was it. So, yeah, we had to bring the land gods back. So it was like La, Ti, Da, all those machines. We've done that. We're back at Plainsong. And now that those machines have been brought back, the red weeds around here are all cleared up. And it looks amazing. So I just wanted to sort of stay here and show you that. Because this is what our work is doing. This is what all our hard work is doing to the land. This is what we want to see, and it looks so much better. So that's our goal. Now that I've shown you that, we are at level 36, so we are kind of over level for what we need to be doing next. But yeah, I've done some stuff off camera. I've cleared up, you know, probably about half of the map, not half the map, but probably up to about here, maybe go sort of up to the base. There's a couple of bits and pieces around still, but I'm clearing up as many bits as I can. I've got loads of skill points, and I've got some new stuff. We've got a new outfit, and we can dye it. I've still got the same face paint, but yeah, I've done a few bits off camera again. Spent sort of a good 2 or 3 hours doing some stuff, so that's kind of where we are. Right, let's just go through every area.
There's Gwen stuff in here now. Must be Alva's.
Yeah, she can keep her stuff in here. Why the hell not?
I was hoping you could speak, Aloy.
Yes, we can speak in a minute. Okay, here's Katalo. I do want to do the side quest where we get him a new arm. I definitely want to...
We've been briefed on and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Yeah, that's fine.
Found anything interesting during your training?
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the Ten fought against machines, much as we do now, but it seems they were among the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders, as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
Yes, of course. Hekara would have it so as well.
How are your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by... a mistake. A single miscalculation.
That's all it takes.
There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up. What do Tenakth do to relax? You know, to take a break from training.
We play strike. Your Oseram friend, Aaron.
No interest in
is
strike.
Surprisingly
No, thank
good
you.
at it, although he has yet to beat me. It helps one think strategically. Hones the mind for tactics.
Somehow that still sounds like training. Have you spoken with Alva?
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp. That much is certain.
She could
It's
look
hard to
after
imagine her
herself.
surviving in the wilds.
You'd be
Trust me.
surprised, yeah.
She's tougher than she looks.
We saw
I
that
will take
firsthand.
your word for it.
She could hold herself pretty well.
Have you spoken
No,
with...
I've
Quen
already...
is her mind is
Trust
Sorry,
me.
I didn't mean to do that one.
I
Right,
and
so that's Katalo. Where's our quarters? Is it here? Not sure. Oh, what's this? Caterpillars and chrysalises. Did we play this already?
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is...
I think we did. I think we've seen this one already. Nothing else in here. No, we've already been in that room. I think we have everything unlocked now, if I'm not mistaken. This is our quarters.
When I met Hikaru, I figured he was just another bloodthirsty warlord.
I think that's a new
Shaw was right.
thing.
Hikaru wants peace. It won't be easy. But with his new marshals, maybe his vision has a chance.
Stash. Workbench we can't do anything with. Okay. Nothing else in this room.
This is gonna take a while to read.
Right, errand. What are we up to? More death metal music?
There she is. Heard you had an interesting time at Thebes.
Maniacs, lava, what's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Erend.
Yeah, screw up. Oh, I'm disappointed he hasn't really got a
been
lot of
looking at any
development in this
interesting
game. I
data?
know he had a lot in the
I
first
asked
with
Gaia
his
to
sister.
find me something to look at a while back.
But I wish Aaron had more
and
to
she
do.
found the mother of all forges. They called it sports.
Turns
Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
Oh, you would not be wrong.
How are things with Katalo? You still scared of him?
Oh, she thinks she's funny. Actually, I played strike with him. I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still alive.
Glad to hear it.
Didn't win though, did you?
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
Yeah, because she's almost on the same level as us in terms of
I should get going.
our
As
knowledge
soon
of
as
like
you want us
focuses and
heading out
stuff.
to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Right, Val. Next up.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you. This mission isn't gonna be easy. Hope you haven't been slacking off on your training.
And risk Zoe coming after me? I value my life.
When you say
She
training,
found the Omega clearance. That should help.
Wish that was the only thing I found. I knew finding Thebes would lead me to Ted Faro, but I never imagined he'd end up like he did.
How bad was it?
Bad.
He destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after killing those who saved it. If you ask me, he deserved whatever he got.
Yeah.
He did. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What?
Duh.
Zoe,
Was that a bit of a cringe there?
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
don't forget, you're to blame for that.
I mean, oh, well, yeah, he's not wrong.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
Yeah, Thunderdoors on our side would be good, because we did have to deal with
I
that
should
last
go
time
get
as
this
well.
to Gaia.
Of course.
Right, Zoe. Where's Zoe? There you are.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba.
Oh, I also wanted to give you this. For helping with the land gods. Plainsong is in your debt.
Thank you, Zoe.
You deserve much more for all you've done. May the land always bloom in your steps.
And yours? Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it.
Yeah,
Apparently it helped soothe
not a
them.
tea person.
That and some sort of scented wax they used to...
Not a
cleanse
candle
their
person
aura.
either.
Plus something called bubble baths. Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. It's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as it did before.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the two of us. But then who'd look after Erend?
Well, there's always Katalo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What could go wrong?
Just a game of strike that goes out of
What's
hand.
everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope
Yeah,
yet.
because what was it that Beta
How are
was
things with everyone?
trying to build?
Slightly
She had to
quieter.
build something.
Aaron's been
Wait and see
busy
what her progress has
scouring
been with
Beta on
that.
his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh.
Not
as
familiar
Aaron
with
likes
that.
to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
How to go with the chorus after we fix the land gods?
They were shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend.
Oh, they're on the mend. We've
I
already
thought
seen.
Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them. How to go with the chorus?
I've
They were,
already-
I thought, but
okay.
even if it, to be honest,
That's
I'm glad they're
fine.
lucky. I need to...
right. That means we'll be...
Yeah, we'll go after that in a bit. All right, Alva, how are you getting on with all this stuff?
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just...
Mate, I love
so
how well
much.
they get on.
I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there. returned from beyond.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
stars.
they're not nice.
Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
I see you've been using your new focus.
We'll get to that in a
It's
minute,
been
whatever that was about.
fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
She's got a new focus, but she's still got that headpiece on.
You wanted data, you'll find
So,
lots of
I
it
don't-
here.
Maybe it's just the
Diviner has
character
never
model. I
had
don't know.
This sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are.
That's because we grew up with Nora and she grew up
I hope everyone's been treating you
in
okay.
captivity, essentially.
Yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work
Almost
led us
opposite,
to
isn't he?
breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter
Well, yeah,
with
so
him,
was Ted.
it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them.
That was
Whatever
very
legacy they left
American.
behind,
I'm
the
afraid I don't
diviners
know when.
haven't covered.
That was very, like, southern.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Farrow, whom we considered the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Farrow, revered ancestor.
Yeah,
That's tough to take.
not
I know
sure
better
about
now,
that.
Of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaoh spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city, perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CEO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living
CEO.
embodiment of Ted Farrow, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed
He was still an idiot, though.
We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
It's just going to be a lot of information, I think.
You said the expedition across the sea was more. What happened?
Yeah, I
We lost and
don't think we need to
school-
see
once
all
we
of
really
this. You
struggled
know, it's going to be a bit of like
but
history about
we became-
them, but
and you were-
I don't
but
think we
he-
need to read all of this.
But principal,
There's a lot. Yeah, we'll leave that be. Yeah,
I
don't think we need to read all of that.
I hope so.
Then
Right, so the only person is Beta, and then go and find Gaia after that. So, where's Beta? Beta might be this way? No, I think that's the way out. Hard, yeah. It's annoying to work your way around this place, but we'll get there. Is it this door? Yep. Wait. Is she not in there? Beta's door was locked, so she might still be working on whatever it is she needs to work on. So I think
One of Studious Fortis's many scrolls. It was a pain getting him to Baronlight.
oh god, can we burn it?
He didn't deserve to be run down by Regalla's riders.
Yeah, it seems like Beta is
Well, now I know where
there's
metal
the flower.
flowers come from.
yeah, it seems like Beta's
Last
doing her
ditch
own
effort
thing.
to
So
stop the Pharaoh plague. Demeter
we'll
must have
we'll
started
leave her be.
distributing them after it took refuge in the greenhouse.
Apparently it tastes worse the longer it takes to be delivered. Or something like
Yeah, that's pizza for you, mate.
Maybe you can find the recipe?
Right, let's go find Gaia, and then hopefully we'll catch up with Beta.
Welcome back.
Right, we've got some drones to drop off. We'll do that first of all.
Okay, data modules in.
Okay, they're all done.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Uh-oh,
Did
what
something go
now?
wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your subfunctions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct, but the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
Oh, wow.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
That's a long time.
2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5
Oh, do it.
hours.
Okay.
So we need to take Beta with us.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know. but
Well,
I'll
we
try.
might have to do it ourselves.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, You better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
How would you mean? How do you mean bad shape? I'm concerned. Right. Let's go and find her.
You're doing this for the team, Errant. Come on.
Again, I've got to try and remember which door it is. Oh, come on, where are you? Which door is it? I don't know. Is it this one? No, that's the way out. Here we go. Alright, what's happened? What has happened?
Aloy.
Is she not coming out, or... No! Not that door.
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
She's not even talking to us.
Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone. In a cell again. A slave. Forever.
Find your courage.
The only way we can end the risk of that happening is by stopping the Zeniths for good. And in order to do that, we have to get Hephaestus. The Zeniths are a threat to everyone, Beta, not just you. So find your courage. That's easy for you to say. You still have no idea what they're capable of. I told you from the beginning, we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like
because she
Elizabeth
didn't
would.
grow up
Don't you
with
think I've thought about that?
people around her.
I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't.
I had Rost, I have got Val.
You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
Yeah, there we go.
Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad.
I really wish we go and visit his shrine.
When it looks
maybe
impossible,
at the end.
look deeper. And then
Go
fight
back
like
to
you can
like
win.
the old place.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You're right. I'll only be safe from them when we succeed.
Good girl.
But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course.
Mate, we don't know what it is yet.
If the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise.
Mate,
I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
At what point, though? Like, what are we promising there?
I'll be ready when you are.
I think we've made a promise we can't keep.
I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Alright.
We just need to find the right
We've
strategy.
got a new quest. Oh, it's an Alva quest. Let's see what this is.
Unbeatable at machine strength.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything alright? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
You mentioned there was something you needed.
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
You can hold yourself
Of course.
pretty well.
I'll let you know when I'm in line.
We saw that. We know.
Thank you, Aloy.
Okay. So that's the side quest.
I should make sure you talk.
Mayor.
And, like I said,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay. Forbidden Legacy. So that's another side quest. Right. We'll talk to Gaia. And then see if we're just about ready. There's final preparations.
Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Do we have anything else to talk about?
So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed.
Yeah, that could be a
detection.
problem.
Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We don't want this place ransacked when we get back.
So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarch.
Well, he convinced the Quen.
Okay. Yep.
Kind
that
of.
didn't happen.
That would have been horrible.
Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Okay.
Gaia?
Her presence is we exchanged.
Okay, I think we've already heard that one.
Yes, though I...
She was okay. Thanks, Gaia.
Right, go back.
So, she's been through...
Yeah,
both
she's
different,
like, we know
and
this. She's been sort of
Three.
by herself.
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager.
Yeah,
a
we
particular
know this
information
already.
About a machine assistant. I informed her that once I may be able...
Sure. When I never thought we'd be...
They have... Varl wants the buy.
Yeah, that...
Okay. Back. No, not progress. Let's go to Gemini. We're ready.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Oh, okay. Look at this. That is a visual. The music's just amazing. We're all on our charges. I love that. Oh, the tall neck in the background as well. That is a cool visual. Everyone going their separate ways as well. Like, go into the other cauldrons. We've got sun wings or storm birds, whatever that one is. I think it's a sun wing. That was cool. That was really cool. Just the visual of like the team on their way there, and here we are at the Gemini Cauldron.
All right, connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice.
Now we need to go over to the other one.
Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse
Maybe we should have sorted Catalo's arm before we did this.
I'm in position and mine is too.
Mate, she's so giddy. I'm sorry.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off.
Cool. Right, Val, look after her, please.
Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
That little difference just adds so much. Ashley Birch is like essentially being 3 characters in this game if you include Sobek. Uh-oh. Oh, hello, what's happening?
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
What does that mean?
Wait, what's that?
What does that
Malware
mean?
detected. Attempting to compensate.
Virus? Uh-oh.
It's cracked.
Look!
That's not good. That's not
That means
good.
machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come!
And we're going to leave it there for today. Sorry. It's 45 minutes and I don't know how long this is going to take. We might be here for a while longer. But we are all ready for GEMINI. We're here. And we thought we had Festus, but it's not going to go quietly. It's not going to come quietly. So, looks like we're going to have some machines to deal with. We've got Varl with us, but we've got to protect Beta. And yeah, this isn't like it was never going to be easy, but you know, we've got machines on the way we've got to deal with. We're going to leave it there for today. And we'll pick things up next time. But for now, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new. Turn notifications on, check out the FM channel down below. And next time, we've got some defending to do against these machines, so that we can capture Hephaestus. So yeah, we're gonna leave it there for today. Bit of a cliffhanger. Didn't want it to be too long a video. The last video I think was kind of too long. So we'll leave it there for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.